Hey friends, it's Amanda here coming to you live tonight on behalf of our friends at Essential Stencil. It's Monday night, that means I'm doing stencils and rub-on transfers for our friends at Essential Stencil. I found this stencil today and it really spoke to me. And so believe anything is possible with the Dragonfly. And so I've got these linked for you. If you hop over to the website and shop, just use discount code METAL at checkout and grab them while you can. So we're gonna do this one, and I might do it a couple of times. Like I might do it on this little board, I might not, but we're gonna stain up a board and we're gonna use the stencil tonight. I will tell you a little story while we work on some staining here. A few years ago, I knew a girl who was on disability, who had one kid in college, 2 kids in high school. She was barely getting by, just barely getting by, struggling with her health, in and out of the hospital, barely able to survive. Working a little bit, doing some craft income, and COVID hit. And this gal lost all of her income possibility because her booth's closed. Her ex-husband quit paying her spousal support and child support. And the only thing she was left with was disability, and it wasn't enough to support her. And so she lived in fear. She stayed small. She had to make a decision. Was she going to lose her house, not be able to take care of her kids, or was she just going to go for broke? And I think you guys know I'm talking about me, and I think you know I just went for broke with a craft business. And so how many of you remember taking my very first class? We're using weathered oak right now. Let me angle you down just a little bit more. We're using weathered oak, Minwax water-based tintable stain in weathered oak. It's just a nice beigey color. I did it about a third, just less than a third of the way up. I probably should have done some white. We're gonna hit that with some white as well, just to get that as a solid kind of blend. That I probably should have done that. I'm gonna go over that whole thing just to kind of make sure it's all got the same kind of solid base. That's kind of how I got the start in the craft industry. And then I had the seashell business. I started selling some seashells online. I started doing glass and resin crafting and offering classes and a membership with that. And 5 years later, my craft income supports 3 families. I will spray it with water when we're ready to. My craft income supports 3 different families. We've got 3 employees out here, and the products and the trainings support other crafters. And I'm gonna tell you, like, I stepped out on a wing and a prayer. I didn't have any knowledge of what was gonna happen, but I knew what was gonna happen if I didn't try. I was gonna lose the house. Might have even lost my youngest daughter because I wouldn't have been able to support her. And so I want to tell you, anything is possible. Anything truly is possible. Never could have imagined being able to support 3 families on craft income. And then we're going to grab out this sweet color. There's several colors that would work, but I like this one for this. This is Juniper Mist. I'm going to grab some more white stain, just a little bit. We just need just a little bit. And I'm just going to kind of come in here to the center, shade upward. Okay, so I'm going to take this down. This board is an 8x8, and so is the stencil. Just going to use this black right here. And then I'm going to grab a little bit of blue. Now we're going to lift this off. I'm going to show you where we're at right now. It's a very lovely sign. It says, believe anything is possible. Believe anything is possible. But I found some blue shimmery paint. Now I can kind of fill the wings in with that. I'm just going to use one of the smaller Essential Stencil brushes. So I kind of got that down. Let me show you what we can do then. We just put that dimension right back in. I think that's just the sweetest piece. So I'm going to set that right here. We're going to do the same stencil on this. I'm just going to check the back to make sure there's no bleed through, and there isn't. We'll lay it down. We'll just redo kind of the same design here, using the same brushes and stuff, just grabbing the black, and we'll stencil on our words. We'll see if I need to grab more black. I might need to. the tip top up there. Just want to make sure those are all good. I'm going to hinge that back. And we've got Believe Anything is Possible there. And even with those bright colors, it still looks good. I'd like to maybe do it going this way this time. We did part of it in black. We're gonna grab some more blue. This is gonna be over a much darker color, so we'll see how it turns out. I'll lift it all off. We're gonna grab up our translucent color with our smaller brush, and we will just tap in some of that. Let me show you what that looks like. We're gonna dry it, and then we'll lay them back on and put back in that detail. I could have made him not look like a torpedo. Maybe angle him a little bit different where it doesn't look like he's dive bombing the words. Okay, that's good. And then we'll just lay it back down. I'm gonna grab the brush again. I'm gonna lift up some of that blue again, and we'll just come right back over. And it just added back in that dimension. And so there you go. We'll kind of go in another direction here. Yeah, you can see where it left hazing right there. So I'm just gonna take my brush that's just got a little bit of paint. Make sure I offload it. Again, we just want a little bit of paint. I'm just gonna take the brush and I'm just gonna kind of pull in from the corners here all around the piece. You're just gonna come back on, you're just gonna dry brush in a little black. If you need to pull a little back, just use your wet wipe. It's just gonna make it a little bit dirty all around. You want it to be kind of consistently inconsistent, if that makes sense. And there we go. What do you think? Do you see how that hazing just kind of blended the whole thing together? So we've got this one here that's just very vibrant. You can see we've still got the shimmery wings. You can also spritz this with some water and rub that front or back. And then we've got the light one. So is the light springy one more your style, or is the kind of the brooding one more your style? The vibrant or the subdued? Which is your style? And here's the funny thing. We used different background colors, but the colors that we used on the words and on the Dragonfly are exactly the same. They just look a little different. They just look a little different depending on the background color. So gals, that is what I had for you tonight. Okay, gals, well, that is what I had for you tonight. Thank you for spending part of your Monday with me, and I hope you have a beautiful and blessed week, and I will see you very soon. Bye, friends.